Just started this new tree row here of cedars. I'm closing in this little future food plot. You got a finger right here on the right side, and on the left side you got another finger of woods on both sides, and then of course on the back side there it butts up to our thick woods. So I want to close this in right up here. All right where we're driving, I want to put a barrier all the way across here to close it in and add another food plot here. That, trust me, when you make these barriers, they do work for the deer and for you. This is what it looks like when you drop the spade down in the hole and you just cut them back and forth. This is a beautiful 10-footer. Wait till you see this. I wish I could have videoed some progress, but it just didn't happen. This was a little finger pocket. So there was a pre-existing finger on that side and on that side, and where I'm standing to my back was all open. All right, now he's just kind of scratching up one of my clover plots with the blades just about straight, and I'm going to overseed it with brassicas. And this is part of the corn and bean field. So like you see that open spot, that's basically what this was. Now look at it. It's not quite done yet, but it's getting there. I'm gonna double row this right here of cedars. Those three end ones there are all new. None of them were in there. So when I double row this, it's gonna give the deer a false sense of security to hit this plot early. Also, it's going to be a plot that no one else has. This is going to be a quadruple plot. And look what my wife helped me with. Wonderful woman there. 2 apple trees, full sunlight right on the edge of the plot where they'll get a little bit of drainage, but should be perfect in that spot. Alright, here's a look at the newly created tree row from a different angle. I'm out in the cornfield here, coming towards it. There it is right there. Beautiful. Plant 2 rows, and in 2 to 3 years it'll be a blockade. This is how I line up the rows. Pretty much just eyeball them, back in, set my spade to cut the hole. Slowly but surely. She's going to be closed in, hopefully by today, tomorrow, or the next day. Good pickings over here on this field edge for transplant trees. Look at these 2 6, 7 footers right there. There's one and there's one right on the edge. That's what you want. Nice clean pick. They'll survive very easily. The smaller they are generally, and it won't affect really anything here on the property. in between the two rows. I got the corner here with a single row, and this will be the future feasting plot. And there they are, looking good. A couple of years, if they all survive, they will grow thick and gnarly, just like that row right there. And the deer will already appreciate them, I guarantee it. And here are two maple shade trees, since we lost our shade here on our future beach, and this is going to be a little pavilion house there. We've got two from our friend Justin Ropke from Effingham. They're about 12 to 15 footers. Had to haul them in with the tractor and used the spade to make a big enough hole for them, and then we'll fill in around it, and there you go. Instant shade here in a few years.
Well, we need it right now though.
Yeah, I know, but good work so far, babe. Hitting the water. She was bone dry. Yes, grow and be strong. Look at that tree row I made. I just beefed it up with these bigger cedars with the spade. But if you watched a couple months ago, I planted all those little ones in 3 different rows along this property line corner. So just beefing it up so the farmers can see it with these bigger cedars. And that's going to be it for spading. It's getting hot and the ground is getting hard. So that's it for that for the spring. Last tree row right at the edge of my cornfield in this corner. There's my new trespassing sign there. Right, here's my epic fail watering hole. I took and dragged some of the clay off of the walls and packed this bottom here where I thought it might have been leaking through the gravel. So if that doesn't answer the question, you're just not going to get it. So for those, maybe that guy is watching, but he can't comment anymore, which is fine. But for those who legitimately have a respectful question, which I do really appreciate, and ask, you know, why build a watering hole by a creek? This is precisely why. So it's a do-over here in a very nice sized watering hole next to a future plot. If I can get it to hold water, this will be very crucial to have water back in here. So I'll keep you posted if it holds. The first cuts for the food plots. This is the hardest part on the machinery, is cutting brand new sod. You just want to cut it up, let some air get in there, loosen it up, and let all this grass and weed vegetation die off. There's the coyote tiller going at it. Finally getting to cut some dirt. Very nice. Old deer feeder up front to try and make a chicken coop. Up onto, this is the highest part of the farm. Look at that view out there. Beautiful. Well, it takes practice, takes some time. You gotta go really slow. If you hit something hard, a rock or a heavy root, it'll actually pick up the rear end of the tractor. So you go around the circle a little bit for each one. You can tell I just got the tractor idling. It's enough power. You want to go slow and steady. You don't really need fast power. There you have it. There's a new small row of trees I planted. 3 cedars and 2 autumn olives. Even though I know they're invasive species, but they're going to serve a purpose, because you'll see this opening right here. Right there, you're starting to see it. There's going to be a new food plot in there. And so when I'm coming down this road, these trees are providing screening so that when I try to sneak by on my electric, the deer may not see me here on this road. Once those fill out, then they won't for sure. So just another small change that might make all the difference. This is what it looks like with a tree on the spade. That is a beautiful cedar right there. You can see the roots kind of pulled out of it, which is kind of what you want when you're pushing the limit of the spade. But I'm just working these islands, catching the cedars that are right on the edge. Part of the frustration here when you're a one-man team, even part-time, wind knocked this over before I could get some weight on it. You see these other ones, I got dirt piles for this very reason, but I couldn't even get to it and it fell over on me. So yeah, it ain't all cake and butter. Yeah, it ain't all cake and butter. It takes time and energy.